Information fueled.
Opinion driven.
This is Nashville's Morning News with Dan Mandis.
And so, my fellow Americans,
We talk news.
5:06, Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 89.7 WTN. Welcome on into a Friday, March 7th. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Man, what a great weekend it seems like coming up. We've got all your weather, all your traffic, and everything you need to know coming up here on Super Talk 89.7 WTN. So the headline from the Daily Mail and other places as well, Trump picks sides in MAGA power struggle as Elon drops his chainsaw and leaves the federal cuts to the cabinet.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
All right, we all remember that. That may have been the jump the shark moment for Elon Musk. And now it looks like yesterday Donald Trump held an emergency cabinet meeting to deal with Elon Musk. And that's what it looks like. Now, I've been telling you for the last several weeks now, that there's a power struggle going on within the federal government and within Donald Trump's cabinet and Elon Musk. And really, it all was blown open after Elon sent that email, list 5 things that you did last week. And so then members of Trump's cabinet, they were put in this position to have to tell their employees, yeah, don't respond to that email. You remember all of that. And I said at the time, there is definitely a power struggle going on between Elon and the cabinet. Well, now Elon's chainsaw is now a scalpel. This is from the Daily Mail. Donald Trump attempted to settle a MAGA power struggle Thursday by telling Elon Musk to drop the chainsaw and leave the drastic cuts across federal departments to his cabinet secretaries. Many people are framing this as Elon getting his wings clipped. Now, again, that was one of my concerns. Elon he seemed to be, and you know that I'm a big supporter of Donald Trump. I'm a big supporter of DOGE. I'm a big supporter of Elon Musk and what he was trying to do. But it just seemed like there was a scorched earth policy going on where Elon was, in effect, ordering cuts and trying to eliminate people, and he had really no idea what they did do or what they didn't. And so Donald Trump ultimately had to say, enough is enough.
I want the cabinet members to keep good people. I don't want to see a big cut where a lot of good people are cut. I want the cabinet members to keep the good people, and the people that aren't doing a good job, that are unreliable, don't show up to work, etc., those people can be cut. So I had a meeting, and I said, I want the cabinet members go first, keep all the people you want, everybody that you need. And it would be better if they were there for 2 years instead of 2 weeks, because in 2 years they'll know the people better. But I want them to do the best job they can. When we have good people, that's precious. That's very important, and we want them to keep the good people.
Donald Trump knows good help is hard to find, so the cabinet, people like Kash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard, Pete Hegseth, they were all having issues with Elon and the demands for email bullet points and all of that. And so there has been a power struggle going on behind the scenes. Now, remember how we got here. You had Donald Trump promising massive cuts. He talked about Elon Musk. He spoke about DOGE on the campaign trail, and people were all in. Thousands have been fired. Some people have been hired back. Elon has admitted now that he has made mistakes. Lawsuits have been challenging the terminations. Some lawsuits have been won. Some lawsuits have been lost, and on it goes. The Daily Mail continues. Some department heads, including Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, FBI Director Kash Patel, and DNI Tulsi Gabbard, defied the DOGE head by telling their workers to ignore the directive regarding the email. Well, now they frame it as this. Now it appears that Elon Musk may have lost that power struggle, as Donald Trump made very clear during his impromptu cabinet meeting that the department heads were in charge of which federal workers are fired, not Elon Musk. And one of the things that I said straight away is, listen, now that all these people are in place, they've got to get to know their agencies. They've got to get to know the departments within their agencies, and they've got to get to know their people. Because one of the things that I've been saying all along is, listen, just because you work for the federal government doesn't mean that you're ripping off the taxpayers. It doesn't mean that you're lazy. It doesn't mean that you're not doing the job. There's a lot of people that are patriots that do work for the government. And I didn't want to see, and Donald Trump doesn't want to see, good people get fired. We got to fire the bad people. And there's no way that Elon would know who is pulling their weight and who isn't. Now, he was trying to figure it out with the emails and so forth. But remember, originally DOGE was only supposed to provide recommendations, not actually make decisions. Now those decisions will be made by the heads of Donald Trump's agencies.
So we're going to be watching them, and Elon and the group are going to be watching them. And if they can cut, it's better. And if they don't cut, then Elon will do the cutting.
And I think that, Elon has done a lot of good. There's, in my opinion, nobody who looks at what Elon has accomplished could say that the man has not done a lot of good. He found a lot of crazy spending, a lot of crazy fraud. We all know what happened within USAID. That's great. That's awesome. And I think that Elon saved a lot of money, and he exposed a lot of things that the Biden administration was doing. And it drew attention to the issues that Joe Biden left to Donald Trump. And so I think that is where Elon needs to continue to focus. But when it came to the mass terminations, my fear, and apparently Trump's fear, was that Elon was just a little too excited about the slashing.
If you think DOGE and Elon Musk have been moving too quickly?
No, I think they've done an amazing job. They've done an amazing job, and look at what they found. I read it the other night in the speech. I mean, they found these things where billions of dollars has been poured down the drain to things. That's not about people. That's about contracts where billions and billions of dollars was just thrown out the window. It probably got kickbacks. I'm sure there were tremendous kickbacks for the people that authorized those contracts. But no, Elon has been really teaching everybody about the numbers that you can do. But what I want the numbers, but I also want to keep the good people. We want to get rid of the people that aren't working, that aren't showing up.
Exactly. Now, coming up, Trump talked about what he wants to do, what he expects to accomplish in the next 12 months. Details straight ahead. It is 5:15 on Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 for a Friday. Time to check the roads on WTN.
Old Hickory Boulevard East, and the right lane remains blocked. Traffic every 10 minutes every morning on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Thank you, Joan. As far as your weather for today, Friday, a high of 61 and cloudy. Saturday, high of 56 under cloudy skies. On Sunday, a high of 59 degrees and cloudy. Appreciate you listening to Nashville's Morning News on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. One of the things I thought was interesting about Trump's announcement is that he went out of his way to say that Elon did a really good job. And I think that for Donald Trump, that is how the man operates. Pump everybody up and tell people they did a great job, even if you have to clip their wings a little bit. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. And so now one of the things that Trump says is we are still on our way towards trying to balance the budget.
So they're working together with Elon, and I think we're doing a really great job. We're cutting it down. We have to for the sake of our country. You can't have that kind of fat. It's bloat, and like nobody's ever seen before. Where you need 20,000 and they have 120,000 people. Yep. And you just don't need that many. And it happens with companies, and it happens with governments, I guess. You could go to a lot of governments, you'd see the same thing. But we're trying to get it down. We want to be able, next year, we could balance the budget. I think there's a good chance we could balance the budget next year. We have a lot of good things happening.
Can you imagine a balanced budget? I don't see how that's possible. But listen, if anybody can do it, it's Donald Trump. And again, this is classic Trump, right? Very diplomatic. Elon has done a great job. And now that everyone is in place, it is time for the cabinet to do their jobs. And they'll work together. never saying a negative word about Elon Musk, just keep it going. So now the question is, will any of those fired employees be hired back? Because we've already seen that. We've seen as Elon has made some mistakes. He's been, again, a little too excited about making the cuts that he's made, and we have had to hire some people back. Now, here's the thing. I think that Donald Trump is doing what any good manager does, because at the end of the day, Trump is a manager. Trump is a deal maker, and Trump knows how to run businesses, and he's been one heck of a president so far, first 4 years, and now here we are in his second term. But we have to be smart. We have to be surgical, not make mistakes. And so for Trump, he is seeing what's going on, and he is adjusting. That's what smart people do. They learn from their mistakes. And I'm not saying that Elon or hiring Elon or bringing Elon on with DOGE was a mistake. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that good leaders know when to pivot. Everybody says that Donald Trump is an egomaniac. I don't believe so. I think Donald Trump has learned from his mistakes. I think that Donald Trump is understanding that there are times that you have to pivot. And regardless as to what it looks like with Elon getting his wings clipped, because, there's a lot of people within MAGA, Steve Bannon, by the way, being one of them, and I'm a big fan of Steve Bannon, but he has not been a fan of Elon Musk at all. He's attacked him almost at every turn. And I could do a whole monologue just on the battles within MAGA. But the bottom line is a lot of people are presenting this as Elon getting his wings clipped. I don't really care either way. I'm more impressed that Donald Trump is showing absolutely no ego whatsoever. And basically what Trump is saying is, all right, so you know what? We've got to make the adjustment. And he is, which is really smart of Donald Trump. Hey, by the way, coming up at 5:35, I want you to stick around because Adam Schiff has a message for you.
Screw you and the horse you rode in on.
That's what Adam Schiff says.
What a nice man.
Isn't he just a ray of sunshine?
Screw you and the horse you rode in on.
Whatever.
Ooh. A little testy on a Friday morning.
There's words I could explain about that guy that I cannot say on the air.
By the way, some big news. Kash Patel, FBI Director Kash Patel, you were reporting this, Joan, has found some bad guys selling state secrets to China.
Some bad hombres.
Was it Adam Schiff?
I don't think they were hombres because they were like, you see their names?
Yeah, I did.
They're not hombres.
Yes, I did.
Sorry. Let's see here. Their names are Jin Zhao, Li Tian, and some other guy. Ryu Duan.
Good job.
So, yeah, they've been selling state secrets to China. And so now, according to the indictment filed Wednesday in the U.S. District Court for Western Washington, Zhao, who managed over $55 million worth of Army property, was accused of selling nearly 24 classified hard drives marked secret or top secret, as well as sensitive U.S. military documents. So, I mean, is that treason? I mean, it sounds like treason to me.
I was about to say, that sounds like treason.
Do we still do the firing squad for treason?
Oh, that's funny. You should. I don't know for treason, but there's a man being put to death in South Carolina this weekend by firing squad.
Okay.
Tickets available? No. Okay.
No.
Good Lord, man. What is wrong with you?
Well, what'd he do? We got to find that out.
He beat his ex-girlfriend's parents to death with a baseball bat.
Yeah, okay. I don't.
Is that all right with you now?
No,
KGB?
firing squad is reasonable. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. What I like about that story is that they're learning that, you know what, we don't need, and I've said this forever, we don't need the fancy chemicals to put these guys down, with lethal injection. We don't need the electric chair, which, I mean, that has been, had a lot of problems as well. Just go firing squad. What is the problem?
The old-fashioned way, the tried and true method.
Well, that's exactly right. And not to make light of it. I mean, I like seeing killers put down. I don't want to make light of it. But, I mean, there's no shortage of guns and bullets in this country. So, I mean, it's a lot easier to just do it from the Firing squad. 5:21. Joan, please help me. What is coming up at 5:30?
Yeah, we have more on that story about the active duty service members arrested for sending secrets to China. Coming up here at 5:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.